You know, in the year 2019, you would think that a discussion on hard drives would be irrelevant. We aim to change that for you. So the main purpose for us doing a hard disk comparison video is that we get a lot of questions from our customers on whether or not hard drives are not only worth considering still, but if there's any differences in the kinds of hard disks that you have available today. So we selected a 3 terabyte standard Seagate hard drive, but then a 4 terabyte Seagate Pro. Pro drives are typically, well, professional-oriented drives. How, Joe? How are they professional? Well, if you're somebody that reads and writes a lot of data all day and you need the capacity and you're on a budget, that's where the Pro drive is going to come in. The consumer drives are not designed to be worn out as much as the Pro drives are. So if you put them side by side and you're editing, you know, a butt ton of AutoCAD or Photoshop work on both, you can guarantee that the non-Pro drive is going to fail first. It's because the Pro drives are built for endurance. Now that we're talking about endurance, let's get to the performance numbers, right? Seagate's 3 terabyte drive has a read performance rating of 186.9 and a write performance rating of 178.9. I actually kind of assume hard drives were within like the 80 meg area, so that's fairly impressive. There's obviously been some advancements, or I'm just completely ignorant in that regard. Either or. The Seagate 4 terabyte Pro drive has a read performance rating of 237.6 and a write performance rating of 233.3. So clearly, you can see Pro drives have an advantage over the standard drives. And that's going to be useful for creatives because you want to be able to read and write data as quickly as possible. That way your final renders aren't painstakingly slow. And also the endurance is there, so you need that. So use case scenarios for hard drives. For Pro drives, you're likely going to see a lot of creatives not lean on those too much to read and write all of the files that they're editing. A lot of times you will have an operating system disk that's smaller. You have your scratch disk drive that is more predominantly now an SSD because of the advantages of high read and write speeds. And then you have your third hard drive, which is if you want to take the files that you're not working on or they're finished and store them locally as opposed to the cloud. Because other people could have access to the cloud, you know, like Skynet. And some people are crazy. And some people just are paranoid. So local storage is a good thing to have. Other use case scenarios, you can store all of your raw data that you don't have a performance advantage on. Like maybe you have a special library of kittens that you like to hold dear and look at when you're sad and feeling blue. When you don't have the rainy days and sunshine. I don't know, man. It's your prerogative. You can put on that drive whatever you want. The whole purpose is storage. Supremely cheaper than an SSD if you're just throwing things on there to sit and to have and to archive without having to invest in like a NAS server and all that setup jargon for your network. And if you don't even want to consider getting familiar with it, you can just throw in a hard drive, call it a day. So pretty impressed with these two drives based on the performance metrics. It's pretty clear that Seagate cares to continue to improve on technology that people once thought was dead, but it clearly is not. So we do plan to have more videos based on the plethora of questions we get from our customers, albeit comparison or just specific subject. So make sure to like and or subscribe. No, just subscribe to it all. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and our Twitch that we are currently in the process of growing to magnanimous levels. Thanks for watching, guys, and you have yourselves a pleasant day.